inshallah, will be charity of a Muslimah. So charity, we all know in Ramadan is important, but not just in Ramadan, throughout the year. Now, just to give us a little importance of charity, just as a foundation, Maimoona, do you want to give us some tips on Quran and, not tips, but Quran and Sunnah?
So I think charity is like, it's such a big part of us as a Muslim, and like as part of Islam, like it's a pillar of Islam. Zakat is a pillar of Islam. So all of us, every day, we're always giving charity. It's such a big part of us. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said that if we give sadaqah without delay, it will stand in the way of any calamity that comes in our way. So I think there's so much virtue in what we give. I found a little story online that the Prophet ﷺ had told. So I'm just going to quickly share it. So a man he intended to give charity one day. So he gave charity, and the next day the people around him were saying that you've given charity to a thief. So he said, "Oh Allah, I've given charity to a thief. I'm going to need to give charity again." So then the next day he gave charity again. And then again, the people around him said, "No, this time you've given charity to a prostitute." So he said, "Oh Allah, what have I done? I need to give charity again." So again, he gave charity for the third time. And this time the people around him saying, "Now you've given charity to a rich man." So then he prayed to Allah and he said, "Allah, what have I done? I've given charity to a thief, I've given charity to a prostitute, and I've given charity to a rich man." And that same night he had a dream. And in his dream, Allah had told him that, you've given charity to a thief, but that money that you've given him might have stopped him from stealing that day. The charity you gave to a prostitute might have stopped the prostitute from being immoral that day. The charity that you gave to a rich man, maybe that rich man made good use of it. So the conclusion from this is that any charity we give has benefit to people, and you don't know where it's going, you don't know who it's meant for, but Allah has a plan for the charity that you give. So don't ever feel like you can't give, even that 5p, 10p can benefit so many people.
I felt unwell when you told me that's really interesting.
What if I didn't want anyone to know?
Do you know the bit I liked about that? Do you know when you said about the lady, his sister, and you said that the charity could have made her not be immoral that day? Now, sometimes as human beings in our everyday life, we really judge people. Yeah. Sometimes I remember when I was young and I went to give someone money, and one of my relatives, they stopped me and they said to me, "No, they're going to buy alcohol." And I thought, do you know what? They might buy alcohol, but at the end of the day, my niyyah is, Allah, they might be someone who's genuinely in so much need, right? And I might judge them that, they might go and buy alcohol. I don't have any idea what they're going to do with it. Yeah. But the moment I've given that charity with a good niyyah, then at the end of the day, it's up to Allah to then see, what that person spends it on. Yeah. And I think that's really, really important, because there's so many people that will say, when they look at somebody, they'll say, "Oh, don't give it to them." They have a habit of asking. But I did read somewhere that as a Muslim, you should never, I think the word they used was chide. You shouldn't chide anyone. When they come to ask you, give, because the Prophet ﷺ did that. And if you just give it, not even with the intention of, "Oh my God, I'm going to help or not help," but even the sunnah,